While you're at Walter Reed or Brooke Army or any other places while you're recovering, a key component to my recovery was having people I trusted and the support of my family around me at all times. When you wake up out of a war zone, the last thing you remember, you were in a fight. And so you wake up in the hospital, you don't trust a single person in the room. But seeing your family there gives you a comfort because you're so vulnerable laying in a hospital bed all banged up.
A lot of the soldiers, they probably wouldn't be where they are with their recovery if they didn't have family or loved ones around them. They need that support outside of the military, and they have their support with their fellow, troops. But if they didn't have family, they wouldn't be able to move on, really.
There are times when there's no substitute for family. There just are those times. You've been there, you know it. And so does the Yellow Ribbon Fund. We know that welcoming our injured service members home with a warm embrace by those who care is complete only when it is followed by the ongoing embrace of those who care most.
We help the families when they're back here by offering them free lodging, transportation, entertainment. We get donated tickets to cultural and sporting events all the time. And that's where we really can make a difference. That's where we really fill in the gaps.
Filling in the gaps by helping to keep injured service members and their families together during recovery and rehabilitation. Filling in with lodging for families at local hotels or at one of our apartments while they stay with their sons and daughters, husbands and wives in care. Filling in with cab rides for injured veterans, and rental cars for families during their time at Walter Reed or the National Naval Medical Center. Filling in with mentoring and internships to help them work through the great physical and personal challenges they face. And with activities that remind both the injured servicemen and women and their families of the good times. Whether it's providing opportunities for stress relief through our family caregiver program, or turning a forgotten courtyard at Walter Reed's Malone House Apartments into a beautiful setting with patios and grills, fireplaces, and a playground, and quiet areas for reflection. The Yellow Ribbon Fund fills in the gaps with appreciation, attention, and affection for those who serve and their families.
We can't do everything for them, but we can fill in the cracks. And I think for everything they've done for us, there's no end to trying to help them through this period of time.
The good news is what we're doing is working.
There's so many things that I wouldn't have been able to do on my own. It's hard for me to get around day-to-day basis just by myself, as far as missing the arm and having the hip fracture. I can't really bend over and put on my shoes and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things open to us, different programs for me to get out, and having my wife really helps out because she's able to take me out to these places and go to games, sporting events, stuff like that. So she really helps out taking me out, take advantage of all these programs.
You can ask for a better organization to work with the Wounded Warriors.
So they've just done wonders. I'm just so blessed, and I'm so happy, and I can't believe an organization like this exists.
I mean, they're precious. I don't know how they do it, but on personal level, they're really, really good.
There's nothing that can replace family. You only have one family. And granted, everybody there tries to become your family and help you, but still, you only have one family that know you deep down in your heart. And yeah, it's been wonderful. I've met so many great people, and we have gotten to go and do so many wonderful things that never in our lives have we ever done. I mean, Bob's given us tickets to the basketball games, Oh, I've never gone to any of that stuff. I mean, Duluth, Minnesota is not a big place, and but it's been really wonderful.
They have paid a dear price for us to be able to do the things we're sitting here doing right now. So let's do what we can. We owe it to them. And I have no compunctions about asking people to help us in this cause, because if I said to you, what would you take for your hand right there? How many dollars would I have to pay you, or for that arm? There isn't any amount of money you take for that. Yet we're seeing this. Let's go to Walter Reed or down to San Antonio, the hospital. You'll see dozens of these youngsters that are missing arms and legs, and will be that way the rest of their life. So what can we do? All we can do is go to them and see them, and to make sure that life is as comfortable as possible. That's the real role of the Yellow Ribbon Fund as far as I'm concerned.
They come to Walter Reed or Bethesda Naval Hospital with really not knowing what the next step is. We're here to help with that next step. We're going to try to make their life a little bit easier in a very difficult situation, and we have a great group of people here at the Yellow Ribbon Fund just to do that.
And these guys cared. They filled in like family member. And I was like, hey, what's the angle on these guys? You know, do they want something from us? And I asked them, and they said, no, we're just here to help you. I was like, that's refreshing.
They meet with the people personally, and they're genuine, and you know, they just have control over everything that goes on, and they're helping people that truly need it and aren't going to take advantage of the system. It's just, there's just a lot of personal interaction and a lot of genuineness.
A lot of times when people are here by themselves, they feel like they're by themselves. You know, even though there are other people around, but when you got your family, someone in your family that can be here with you, that's very important. It's very supportive. You know, it helps you to cope better. And it really has made a difference in my son's life.
But to see my wife walking down the hall with my son was just, it's hard to explain. It's just one of those feelings that you have that you know everything's going to be fine. You know you're going to be okay. There's going to be no more worries after that. You have your family.
One of the most important things about running a nonprofit organization like the Yellow Ribbon Fund is, are we good stewards of your money? For every dollar we spend, 85 cents goes to the programs and services for the injured service members and their families.
I want to thank Yellow Ribbon for all their support. They've been awesome. No other organization out there helps you from the heart like they do, and I love the people that, they're just angels here on earth, and I'm just very grateful and thankful that they are available to us. They're an awesome, awesome resource, and I'm truly blessed to have them.
It's an easy choice. There's a lot of nonprofits out there that are doing wonderful things. Yellow Ribbon Fund helped us in this way. If you're passionate about helping the soldiers and you want to actually say, hey, I did something to support the troops, the Yellow Ribbon Fund would be a good way to do that. I'm a very true story. I had nothing to gain. I'm here today just because Americans were kind enough to look after me while I was doing my best to look after them.